My lovely people of Biafra, we welcome you all back to Tasin News TV channel, where we publish news on politics, and Biafra news, entertainment, and celebrity news. Before we go on with the news of today, please we request that you subscribe to our channel to stay updated with latest news and happenings around the world. Today news read: Nnamdi Kanu call on ICC, international communities over killings of Christians. Nnamdi Kanu call on ICC, international communities over killings of Christians, published 3 hours ago on February 26, 2020 by Nyalewa Adeniyi. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has lamented over the killing of Christians in Nigeria. Kanu, who condemned the level of insecurity in the country, urged the International Criminal Court to take actions against the killing of Christians across Nigeria. The IPOB leaders on his Twitter account noted that the abduction of Leah Sharibu by Boko Haram insurgents and attacks on people of the southeast are examples of killings against Christians. He called on the United States, its State Department and the international communities to act on the atrocities. Kanu wrote, "When will the world take action to stop violence against #Christians in Nigeria?" The OTP of the INTL Crim Court's preliminary examination of crimes against Christians in #Nigeria, including #Biafrans, must proceed to a formal investigation. The abduction of Leah Sharibu is an example of the countless acts of violence that #Christians across #Nigeria, including #Biafrans, endure daily. At State Department and the INTL community must act to stop these atrocities. Recall that President Muhammadu Buhari recently stated that his administration will work towards the release of Leah and other Chibok girls from the Boko Haram den. 2. Is another Today News headline read: Biafra, IPOB's Nnamdi Kanu tenders fresh request before U.S. Department of State. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has called on the United States Department of State and the international community to rise up and stop atrocities against Christians in Nigeria. Naija News reports that the IPOB leader made this call on the microblogging site, Twitter, in reaction to the continued detention of Leah Sharibu by a terrorist group, Boko Haram, since her abduction 2 years ago. On February 19, 2018, 110 schoolgirls aged 11 to 19 years old were kidnapped by the Boko Haram terrorist group from the Government Girls Science and Technical College, GGSTC, in Dapchi, located in Bulabulan, Unisari local government area of Yobe State, northern Nigeria. While other schoolgirls were released, Leah Sharibu, a Christian schoolgirl aged 14 at the time of her capture, is the only remaining Dapchi schoolgirl still held hostage. Reacting to her abduction during the anniversary to mark how many years Leah has been in the Boko Haram custody, Kanu said the abduction of Leah Sharibu is an example of the countless acts of violence that Christians across Nigeria, including Biafrans, endure daily. The IPOB leader, who recently buried his parents, asked when the world will take action to stop violence against Christians in Nigeria, even as he called on the International Criminal Court, ICC, to proceed to a formal investigation on the matter. His words: "When will the world take action to stop violence against #Christians in Nigeria?" The OTP of the INTL Crim Court's preliminary examination of crimes against Christians in #Nigeria, including #Biafrans, must proceed to a formal investigation. The abduction of Leah Sharibu is an example of the countless acts of violence that #Christians across #Nigeria, including #Biafrans, endure daily. At State Department and the INTL community must act to stop these atrocities. Meanwhile, Naija News reports that the United States Department of State, commonly referred to as the State Department, is a federal executive department responsible for carrying out U.S. foreign policy and international relations. 3. Is another Today News headline read: Biafra, what our parents' death has done to us, Nnamdi Kanu's family. The family of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, said the death of their parents have made them more united against the belief by some persons that the family would scatter after the burial. Naija News reports that the spokesman of the family, Kanunta Kingsley Kanu, made this known while addressing journalists at their Iziama Afaraukuya country home in Abia State, southeast Nigeria. Though their elder brother, Nnamdi, who is the first son of the family, was absent at their parents' burial ceremony, the family of late Israel Nnamdi Sali Kanu said that they were grateful that the burial of their parents, which held on Valentine's Day, February 14, was a huge success. The spokesman of the family thanked Abia State Police Command and journalists for their contributions towards the peaceful and successful burial of their parents and commended members of the IPOB in the state and beyond who stood with the family before, during and after the burial, said that their parents were an embodiment of peace when they were alive. Kanunta said it was for this reason that his father, as the traditional ruler of Afaraukuyo, was given the title of Omudo, stressing that he lived with that peaceful virtue till death. The spokesman of the family said the family owed a lot of gratitude to journalists within and outside Abia for bringing what transpired at the burial to the entire world. I want to tell you journalists that our family members are happy with you, with what you did during the burial, and we say a big thank you. The spokesman of the family said the family was also thanking the Abia State Police Command for the manner they conducted themselves, which contributed to the peace that reigned during the burial. According to him, the family was happy that despite the altercation between the police and IPOB before the burial, the Commissioner of Police, Eni Okan, exhibited a true sense of professionalism in the way he maintained security in the state on the day of the burial. The spokesman of the family said now their parents were no more, the family would strive to remain united and resolute in the fight for the actualization of Biafra, a movement which they said that their parents believed in. 4 is another Today News headline read. Biafra, Abakari overriding presidential order confirms Buhari is dead, Nnamdi Kanu. News. Biafra, Abakari overriding presidential order confirms Buhari is dead, Nnamdi Kanu, published 6 days ago on February 20, 2020 by Phillips Sunday. Biafra, Abakari overriding presidential order confirms Buhari is dead, Nnamdi Kanu. Abakari overriding orders from Nigeria's president has confirmed that President Muhammadu Buhari is dead, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu has said. Naija News reports that the IPOB leader made the statement on social media network, Facebook, in reaction to the memo from Babagana Mungano's office stating that Abakari overrides President Buhari's decisions. This online news platform understands that Mungano is the National Security Advisor, NSA, to President Buhari, while Kairi is the Chief of Staff to the President. Mungano has reportedly clashed with Kairi over the coordination of Nigeria's security. The office of the NSA in a circular accused Kairi of hijacking a role legally assigned to Mungano. The Chief of Staff was also accused of completely sidelining Mungano in the scheme of things when it comes to the strategic decisions in national security operations. Reacting to the development, Kanu, who just recently buried his parents, said the rift between Kairi and Mungano has confirmed his claim that Buhari is dead and has since been replaced by an imposter who's real, Jibril al-Sudani from Sudan. Writing on his Facebook page on Thursday, February 20, Kanu said, Buhari is dead and buried in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia with Abakari now in charge in Aso Rock as the ruler of Nigeria. That is the undeniable fact. His words, those Nigerians who out of a combination of laziness, ignorance, envy, stupidity, cowardice, timidity, and curse, challenged my irrefutable assertion that Abakari and not the late Buhari is the unelected president of Nigeria, can now see and hear their own National Security Advisor, NSA, Babagana Mungano, confirm what IPOB and every top-level intelligence agency in the world have known for long. I know this revelation from Nigeria's NSA will come as a shock to brainless and roundly hopeless unity begging one Nigerianists, but the inescapable truth remains that IPOB is always right. When we say Buhari is dead and buried in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia with Abakari now in charge in Aso Rock as the ruler of Nigeria, that is the undeniable fact. It was Abakari along with Gabrashihu, Gov. El Rufai, Maman Dora, Lawal Dora, Babagana Mungano, Sultan of Sokoto, Issa Funchua, and Tukur Burda that conspired to recruit Jibril al-Sudani to replace Buhari. Today they have fallen out with each other, hence the infighting. Fulani jihadists dangled the presidency in front of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and used it to buy Yoruba media silence on this greatest Fulani fraud of all time. Yoruba media did an excellent job of keeping gullible Nigerians in the dark as Fulani reign of impunity, banditry, and terrorism gathered momentum. Today every ethnic group in the damnable British colonial experiment called Nigeria is paying a very price for it. Ignore IPOB at your peril. How can ordinary chief of staff override the orders of a living president and an erstwhile ruthless and unconscionable dictator for that matter? Where are the brains of some people? The same no-nonsense military dictator touted by Yoruba media in 2015 is being overridden by a common civilian staff. Nigerians should use their brain for once. Nigerians, behold your real ruler, unelected President Abba Kyari, the IPOB leader added. 5. Is another Today News headline read. Nnamdi Kanu blasts Buhari after reports of clash between Kyari and Mangano. The leader of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has stated that the clash between Maj. Gen Babagana Mangano, RTD, and Abba Kyari is a confirmation that President Muhammadu Buhari is not in charge of his government. Kanu added that the incident between the two highly placed government officials further confirms that Buhari is being impersonated in Aso Rock by a Sudanese Jibril. Maj Gen. Babagana Mangano, RTD, and Malam Abba Kyari are President Buhari's National Security Advisor, NSA, and Chief of Staff, COS, respectively. Naija News previously reported that Mangano has reportedly clashed with Kyari over the coordination of Nigeria's security. The office of the NSA in a circular accused Abba Kyari of hijacking a role legally assigned to Babagana Mangano. The Chief of Staff was accused of having completely sidelined Mangano in the scheme of things when it comes to the strategic decisions in national security operations. Reacting to the development, the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu in a tweet on Wednesday, noted that the situation further proved him right that the current Nigerian president was an imposter from Sudan. Kanu tweeted, "If certainly, the Buhari that came into power in 2015 is still in charge of the Nigerian government, why are they confused with who the service chiefs should report to? I've said many times that a Sudanese imposter is the Buhari in Aso Rock." At State Department. Wonderful people, thank you all for listening to our news. Please remember to subscribe before you go and share our video WhatsApp and Twitter. Join us in the comments section. We will always read your comments with response. Thank you all and God bless you.